Okay, welcome to Izzo's Place. We have another live stream. Well, it's not live to you. You're watching it a recorded version after. But I got together with some friends, and we wanted to drink some Irish whiskey. So we were going to do a blind flight of the Spots, and Spots is Mitchell and Sons distillery over there in England, and or Ireland probably, and they have a green spot, blue spot, red spot, yellow spot, and a gold spot. The gold spot was an anniversary, so we're gonna blind those. Mrs. Izzo was kind enough to confuse them for me, and we're gonna figure out which one we like best and which one we like least best. And because we don't dislike any of these, so just the one that's in last place is the one we like the least. That's all. But I do have guest stars for me today. So first of all, coming in from backstage, I'd like to introduce you to John and Jane Doe. They have been on live streams before as well, and they are welcome to unmute if they want. Or do I have to unmute them? Haha.
Hello.
Thank you for having us.
Good to be back.
Awesome. Welcome back. Let's see. What blind flight did we do?
The knob. And
we did the Knob Creek, but that was at the Speakeasy.
Yep. And then didn't we do another one?
We did. That was the one we did online. Why can't I remember what we did?
Can't remember at all.
That's
so how great it was.
That's how great it was. Well, that's all right. So now I've embarrassed myself enough with my short-term memory. We have another person in the backstage we're going to bring forward now. You've seen him on blind flights before as well. Welcome, Oak.
What's going on, people?
Good to have you back for a blind flight.
Good to be back.
Nice. So Mrs. Izzo was kind enough to give us an order because I had them labeled A through E, but unfortunately I knew exactly what each one was. So Mrs. Izzo decided an order, changed it from A to E to 1 to 5, and that allows me to drink it blind with the rest of you. So just some little things before we get started. So the proof ranges from, I believe, 80. The green spot's 80, so we might be able to pick that one out pretty easy. Green spot's 80. I think the highest proof one was 111, I want to say. I don't have the bottles with me, unfortunately. And there's various ages. The 7 is a 12-year. The blue is a 9-year. The red is a 15-year. So it's all the same distillery. It might be the same mash bill as far as I know, but obviously different ages and different finishings, and giving each one a unique taste. And so we'll find out what we like the best. All right, awesome. Let's go ahead and start with 1, ladies and gentlemen. Wait. Lady and gentlemen, yeah. We're so pleased to have the Pillsbury Doughboy couple. Well, that smells nice and complex.
It does.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like,
I'm going to hazard to guess that this is not the green spot.
So the green is your least favorite?
Oh, I don't know yet. The blind is going to tell us. The green is what I assume will be my least favorite, but only because
what happened with the knob flight.
That was crazy.
That was insane.
Which one won that one?
Rye.
For you guys.
So you know what knobs I have. Yeah, for both me and John Doe, Knob Creek Rye, 7-year one.
That's wild.
I was so shocked.
Over the 12, the 15, the 18.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. And above an ADHD pick.
And the barrel pick.
I'm ashamed to say.
Wow, I like that nose a whole lot.
It's so good. Now, I haven't revisited the red spot recently, but all the other 4 I have revisited them before I came back down to Florida, and they were surprising. The yellow was great. The blue was phenomenal. The 9 was up there. The green was adequate. All right, so this doesn't smell like an Irish whiskey to me. And some of them are finished in different things. Some of them are even finished in, I think one is finished in like ex-bourbon and sherry casks.
That makes sense.
They're bringing a lot of stuff into there. And so this is giving me bourbon vibes.
And you know what's so crazy is that, so we have the same pour, but John's smells so different than mine on the nose.
Really?
so different.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I'm
well,
like,
and everyone's palate's different.
well,
like-
I mean, like I
Just
smelled
smelling
hers.
Yeah.
And she smelled mine. And it's
Oh, really?
different.
Yeah, mine is like a spiced caramel apple, a spiced
Ooh,
caramel
I like
green
that note.
apple on the nose.
Oh wow.
I can kind of get behind that.
I get the green apple for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's apple, a little bit of caramel, and I'm getting a little bit of black pepper. So that would be the spice for me.
Mm-hmm.
I get like a butterscotch too.
Ooh, cool. But then what are you getting, John, out of your glass?
I'm using hers to sniff to see.
Because I feel like, yours doesn't smell
So
good.
The nose
As long as you're sure you poured it out of the same bottle,
Right.
you could always do a
Same bottle.
sloshy slosh and divide it back up again.
Mhm.
You don't have to. It's only if you wanted to. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah, maybe try that.
I'm
Scroll through
getting
YouTube to
caramel.
make sure we didn't
I'm
end up
getting the apple.
public. No, we're good. I mean, it really wouldn't matter since we've got our avatars up for those that want them. Oh yeah, should be taking notes so that way I sound coherent later.
Yeah, the taste on yours is a lot more like of a butter, like a buttered popcorn sort of, maybe like caramel popcorn.
I
On the
can get
nose,
behind
it
the
just
butter,
does not smell like that.
but
It's crazy that yours is different.
it's wild. Because I'm
Either
using
that
a
or we have to
lighter,
question
I'm
your
using a
dishwasher.
lighter, Glencairns. So I'm like,
Oh.
maybe it's that.
How it air, like,
That could be.
yeah, the air.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out where I want to place this. We'll keep going.
Well, it's in number 1 for now.
Exactly.
Until we try something else. It's in first place. So yeah. So anything different on the palate from the nose?
Not really for me. I like the nose a lot more than the palate though. I think
I
the
know. I'm
palate is
finding
a little. I think not really much of a finish for me. Kind of goes away kind of fast.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But I could sit and smell it all day.
It is one of those ones. Yeah. Yeah. Palate's almost boring, and it
Yeah.
disappears.
Yeah.
That's like you're watching a movie, and you just smell your whiskey through the whole thing,
Yeah.
and the people you're watching the movie with are like, "Just drink it. What's wrong with you? You gotta drink that, man."
Don't just shoot it back like a cowboy.
Don't just shoot it back like a cowboy. Hello. How are you? Get into the whiskey. All right, I'm on number 2 now.
Oh, okay.
Another complex nose.
Mm-hmm.
It's similar,
Oh, I've got
but
floral.
it's deeper.
I've got floral. I've got cherries.
Yeah, it's a
Black cherries.
deeper, complex. Yeah.
Oh, I like black cherries. Yeah, no, that's perfect.
Yeah, for me, it's like creme brulee with a cherry drizzle on it. That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, that is nice.
Yep.
That seems a little punchier on the nose too. It might be higher proof.
Like a dark chocolate covered cherries.
Ooh, that is always a favorite thing to hear. Yeah, and actually, if you look,
Mm-hmm.
the legs on the glass are a lot more pronounced than the last one.
I've got.
Oh, that's good.
I'm tasting like raspberries or
Mhm.
blackberries.
Cool.
Mm.
Mm.
Oh, it's a nice finish on that too.
Mhm.
Yeah, much longer
Close
than
to
the
mouth well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good.
I think that's my favorite so far.
Oh, that's good. That's tasty.
That's so good.
If I had to guess, I would say pour number 1 is the yellow. Pour number 2 is the blue. Yeah, I get like sweeter and cherry on the nose, and then actually for me on the palate, it does turn into more of like a just like a red fruit, like a raspberry, strawberry jelly. But I'm getting a bit of oak in there too, on the palate at least, and the finish is nice and long.
Yeah.
Oh, that is beautiful. That is beautiful.
That's really good.
That is number one for me so far.
That is number one
Yeah.
for me too.
Same.
All right.
Shall we be disappointed with 3? Because I feel like anything we taste after that, you know what? I'll actually do a sip of water before we try
I'm
to.
about to do the same thing.
Cleanse the palate.
And if I'm going too fast, just let me know. But just that one was kind of like, well, I'm here. I'm in first place. Go ahead and move to the next one.
That was easy to enjoy.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't want to drink too much of it right away. Take that to the hot tub later. So I've got some. I got some bourbon hunting videos I have to edit together from the Keys. I've got some snorkeling. I'm gonna try to edit, but you know I got to keep Mrs. Izzo out of the videos. But the scuba, not scuba, we're not scuba people. The snorkel we did that we bought was a full face mask,
I love those.
Yeah.
and then it's got like the thing that stops water from coming in.
Yep.
But you
Mhm.
could actually dive with it a little bit, although we never did. We were in pretty shallow water. But the little breath of panic, like when that thing would block the water out,
Yes.
Yes.
you'd try to breathe in and nothing would happen. Like that little flash of panic
Yep.
Yep.
gets the blood going.
Yep.
And then I just had to tell myself, like, nope, make sure your head's up so the thing is not blocked and just breathe. But yeah, like it's like the
Uh-huh.
panic of the not breathing. Ooh.
The equivalent of having a clogged nostril, but it's just you realize the deep water you're in, so to speak, if you really do just inhale all that water
Yeah.
through the mask. But
And I had a light vacation beard going, but it still was sealing enough. I didn't get too much water in the mask with me. Oh, and then you know what? I'll put it at the end of this video, if I can. I try to put like silly things at the end of my videos. Like I don't think anyone watches the videos all the way to the end, but I put weird things afterwards. So a little tip for everyone: even if you don't watch the whole video, scroll to the end. So after we were back, and I knew I was going to shave, I first shaved the mustache and the chin. So I had these like really ugly mutton chops. I looked like a fat, happy Wolverine. And so I'll share some. I'll either put them at the end of this video or I'll just send them to you directly for you to laugh at me. Amber couldn't stop. Mrs. Izzo. Mrs. Izzo couldn't stop laughing. And I would have kept him for a few more days, but I trimmed him wrong and then just went back to normal summer.
Mm.
It's like that episode of Seinfeld where he tries to shave his chest.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. So funny. He just wanted to do a little trim. And 3's not bad. I'm not as disappointed as I
It's
thought.
not. Yeah, it's not bad.
I'm trying to figure out that nose though.
Right, exactly.
That nose is like, I get like more like earthy, like spicy.
I was getting the spicy. It was like,
But
I thought it was like pepper
It's
or
hard
something.
spice. It's
But-
acetone.
Yeah.
For
But
me.
It's a little
None of
hard.
these-
Yeah.
None of these smell like an Irish whiskey,
Mm-mm.
No.
like your traditional
So
one.
far, no. Yeah. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like a rice spice on the nose.
Mhm. Man, that is nice.
But the palate is way sweeter than I expected. That
Way
kinda took me back.
smoother, sweeter. Yeah. Because like I said, on the onset, it's like a super spicy, burny kind of, but then the taste is totally opposite.
Mhm.
It's really smooth.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Ooh. What is that? I'm getting like pecan pie.
Mm.
Nice.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
That's cool.
I just get like a caramel bomb.
That is so weird. It does smell like a rye on the nose. There's a hint of caramel for me on the nose, but it's more savory and spicy.
Mm-hmm. The spice kind of comes back for me on the finish. I like that.
Like almost like a brown sugar type of like not extremely sweet.
It's like a subtle sweet, but it's sweet.
Yeah, like a toasted brown sugar type of situation on the taste.
Nice and long finish.
Yeah.
It is a long finish.
I can actually get behind your pecan pie, like someone burnt it just a hair, just to give it that toasted taste.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. Because it's not as sweet. It's not as sweet as a pecan pie. Are you guys pecans or pecans? Pecans.
I'm
Pecans. I'm going to be pecans from now on.
Icons.
Just to be a jerk.
Just be different.
There's Autobots, Decepticons, and Picons.
Right. Depends
More
on the
than
crowd.
meets the plot.
Let pecans be
Will
pecans.
be pecans, pecans, or pecans, just depending on the crowd.
So stupid. I love it. Hey, that's where the whimsy comes in with this channel.
Yes.
Yep.
Man, that's good. Oh, so all right. So here's the hard question though. Where do we place that one then?
Number 2 for me.
I can't decide if I like it more than 2.
I'm struggling between this one and the first one.
Mm-hmm.
The first one nose is so good,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
but I don't know if it's enough.
Wow, that nose is good. It's even go back to it. It's even better now.
So I got a question.
Number one.
Number one, the nose
What's
is even
bigger to
better
you?
now somehow.
Nose or the taste?
See, that's the funny
It's
part.
so tough. It depends on my mood.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I agree. Sometimes like the nose is enough to like keep me enticed,
Mm-hmm.
and then sometimes like the nose
See?
is great, but the taste is terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's the taste.
I mean, it is a total experience.
Yeah.
I do need to enjoy the total experience. So for me, the nose on one got better, but the palate got worse for me. Like
Yeah.
tasting it again.
I think I'm going to go 3 just a hair better than 1 right now.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm doing 2.
Same too.
2 is in number 1, 3 is in number 2, 1's in number 3. Man, so I'm worried that we just did the yellow, blue, and gold.
But yeah,
But I
just right up.
haven't tried the red in a while, so the red might be fantastic too. I haven't revisited the red yet.
I don't know. Knowing your blinds, bro, I mean, we probably got the green one up first. You know?
Yeah.
Blinds don't lie. Blinds
Well,
don't
that's the
lie.
thing. Blind will say one thing today, but you try it again in a week or 2,
Uh-huh.
might be
We
I
can
different.
do
know,
it tomorrow.
Smooth
Yeah.
palate.
Did we move on to 4?
Yeah, I've started nosing for.
4.
I could have told you guys, I guess. John and Jane Doe. Man, this is good too. I'll tell you what. So I think the stupid red, the 15 years something insane. The 15-year retail I think is like $200. But
Wow.
the blue is like 140. Might even be 130. I'll check them right now. I'll get them up on OHLQ. So I don't think I'm gonna ever be replacing the red, but I'll tell you what. Anytime I see a blue at retail, I'm just buying it because it's so stupid good, or at least I think it's good. Well, unless it comes in last tonight.
Now this one is the full experience. This is like when you go to the mall back in the day and you get that rainbow colored caramel popcorn. Like that's what this is like. It's buttery, it's caramel, it's popcorn
That's awesome.
on the nose and on the taste, like the full body experience.
See, for me, this is I can tell that I would be able to tell that this is an Irish whiskey if you gave it to me. Like so for me, but it's not just that, and there's nothing wrong with it being an Irish whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it tastes like what I think a wheat field it smells like what I think a
Right.
wheat field would smell like.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been actually in a wheat field. Someday we should.
Neither have we, but it's what I would imagine it would smell and be like.
Hmm.
But all right. So this is totally different from your notes, but that's what happens. So when I smell this, I'm chewing bubble gum in a wheat field.
Right.
Exactly. A little
It's
fruity
like
and weedy.
I taste the fruit. I taste the wheat. I taste the warmth. It's just.
It's like
crazy.
corn on the cob or caramel popcorn. Like that's what I mean. Like it's
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's cool. Well, and all our brains are going to translate the notes differently.
Yeah, because I get like sweet like maraschino cherries,
Mm-hmm.
like the juice in the jar.
Yeah.
Cool. I can definitely see that.
This is very
a
good.
sweet cherry, but like it's got a buttery finish for me. Like it just kind of transitions. That's really cool.
This is fighting for number 2, like my second favorite.
This is fighting. Ooh, this is fighting. Oh.
Number 1 for you.
Mm.
Awesome. See, it for me, it's very enjoyable, but it's not. I like the sweet caramel of 2 and 3 more than I like the sweet wheat of 4. But
Yeah, I
it's
think
very
with you,
good.
Chris.
I'm sorry, what?
No, I just said I think it was you.
I think you meant Izzo.
Is that?
That's right. The internet knows I'm Chris. It doesn't matter. I just like to tease. Plus, I said Mrs. Izzo's name. Man, that was a faux pas. I'm not telling her about that one. So for me, I think this one's in third place. I think 1, as much as I'm going to go back to 1 for a second. That nose, but
That
then
was great.
We go back to my previous number 2.
but then the palette on 1 is just not doing it for me. It brings down the nose score a little bit. We should figure out like some sort of crazy scoring thing to be annoying.
Oh, like a 5.3,
Oh, you
8.7.
want to put math to this?
Oh no.
Wow.
I don't know how closely you watched the last blind I did with John and Jane Doe, but I was confusing myself so much. I had to edit out some of me like trying to figure out what was going on, and I had to do a voice overlay and just be like, all right, here's future Izzo. Past Izzo was completely confused on what he was drinking. Here's what he was drinking and what he liked.
So this is going into second place for me.
Interesting.
Oh wow.
2 became
Mhm.
1 still.
Mhm.
3 is a little bit lower.
For me, it's tied with 1. I can't make a decision between 1 yet. Because the overall on 4 is good, like both and both. And that equals the fantastic nose combined with the not as pleasurable palate. So like the overall of 4 balances out the dichotomy of 1. I don't know, something like that. Oh, here, just for fun, I'll give you the rundown on the pricing. So the green spot, $75. The next one would be actually the gold spot, but you're never going to find it because it was an anniversary thing. The gold spot is $120 at retail. Then the yellow spot is $139 retail. The blue spot's $144.99, and I would probably have to own 3 before I would stop buying them. Like the blue spot is so good. Like I will buy 2 backups before I stop buying them if I see them at retail. And then the stinking red spot is $205. I can't believe I spent that. What a jerk. Ay. All right, I'm moving on to 5. You guys ready for 5?
Yeah.
Felisa,
Mm-hmm.
Ah, look at you.
Jane.
Shame.
So what I'll do, I will go through and so this will be private on my channel, and I'll actually re-record it using my iPad, and I'll get rid of some little slip-ups like that. I'll be real careful about it.
So Jane was smart because she didn't drink the whole
Oh, all of it.
glass.
To go back and see. Yeah, his glasses are empty.
You know
You gotta-
You know that song, We Need Self-Control?
So where are you at with 5? And we lost Oak temporarily, but he'll be back.
Interesting.
I don't know what to like. It's good. Don't get me wrong.
Well,
I
I'm
almost
still trying to figure the nose out.
so I did the silly thing and I sipped it before I half smelled it and then I sipped
That's all right.
So when I sipped it before fully smelling it, I taste Fruit Loops. But I know that can't be right. So I'm gonna go back in and take some time with it.
Well, and as far as I'm concerned, there is no right or wrong way to enjoy your whiskey. And there's no right or wrong way to do your blind. So whatever you do, I'm happy with. Whatever gets you there. So this one to me smells more like an Irish whiskey also. But it doesn't smell as complex. Wow. Man. Sometimes going back to stuff like
Yeah.
Orr's nose has gotten better to me. We may have finally found the green spot because it's good, but it's just kind of like quiet in the corner. And no one puts baby in the corner.
I was waiting on it. I was waiting.
I mean, am I that transparent? I'm not surprised.
Right, like you can't really put a name on it.
I can't really
What
put
is
a
that
name on it.
smell? I'm gonna stick with the Fruit Loops. Hold on.
Well, for me, it's honey, and I think
That's what I'm getting is honey.
I think this is the green spot. Because
It's
green
like-
spot smells like I'm tasting like a nice tea with tons of honey in it.
Yes, like a green
While I'm
tea.
standing in a wheat field.
Yep, either that or it's high fructose corn syrup. What I imagine that to taste like. Yep,
Mhm.
that's it right there. Which I'm not
So
mad
the
at.
flavor profile, not enjoying very much.
Okay.
It's a lot less. It's a little bitter.
Yeah, it's more wheat field and less honey.
Yeah, smells like wheat, tastes like unseasoned greens.
Ooh,
Mhm.
bitter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, interesting. It's not as bitter for me, but I get where you're going from. Yeah, it's going to be probably last place for me. Thank you guys for not revealing the letters involved till later.
Oh, no problem.
Mhm.
I had to remind myself not to do that.
Thank you. We like to keep Izzo as confused as possible, which is not hard to do.
Confucius.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
This is replacing my number 3.
Have you gotten to try the 5 yet, Oak?
Yeah, I am now.
Cool. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to grab some water because I didn't have a full bottle.
Mhm.
Talk
I'm
amongst yourselves.
Reorganizing my numbering system here between 1 through 5 of what I'm rating. I'm trying not to confuse myself in the process. Because I had 2 tied at number 2, then 2 tied at number 3. So I had to make some decisions here.
Well, that's all right. We can go back through and do like a free-for-all melee tasting to figure out our final standings. And normally I time lapse that kind of stuff, but this time we'll just have to grin and bear it.
Mm-hmm.
But we can have an after party afterwards where we could talk freely.
Yes.
All right, thoughts on 5, Oak? You look thoughtful.
That one's very light, very not much going on.
Mhm.
Very, I'm guessing it's green spot.
that was my. So for me, it's like I'm sipping a tea with a lot of honey in it while I'm standing in a wheat field,
Yeah,
and then
I get tea for sure. I like green tea. A little bit of cherry though too.
Cool. On the nose or on the palate?
On the nose.
Okay.
On the nose. Yeah.
The power of suggestion. Now I have honey. Wheat, and cherry. Love the power of suggestion. Doesn't change my opinion. I think that one's in last place for me.
Yeah, doesn't change mine.
Okay, it's melee time. Go ahead and taste them. Go back. Go in
All
different orders. For me personally, when I get to this point, I do current least favorite to most favorite, but that's just me. Oh, so I got an email from I think it was Uptown Spirits again, and they someone and it's uncategorized, so it's not a vodka. It's probably the closest thing is a vodka, but it's some sort of distilled alcohol that they infused with Doritos nacho.
What?
Oh wow.
And it's stinking $65. So I'm not gonna get it. Like, part of me's curious. Part of me's like, you should buy it just to try it, but not for $65. Maybe for 35. I might try some nacho flavored alcohol. And yeah, they're not even classifying it. So I don't know if it's like more like a vodka, more like a gin. Who knows? More like a tequila, but
Like a cordial or something like that?
oh no, it was the proof was pretty high. I don't remember what it was off the top of my
Really?
head, but no, it was like a like a flavored whiskey, I guess.
Wow.
But it was clear. But I went to see if Mrs. Izzo wanted one because she's a fan of Doritos, and she looked at that and she's like, "Why would I ever want to drink Doritos?"
Exactly. Do you think Taco Bell has anything to do with this?
I do love those stupid Doritos tacos.
Yeah, Los
Those
Tacos.
are
Yeah.
so good. I wish they stayed together a little better, but that's all right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So could you imagine eating a Doritos Los Tacos and drinking that drink? That's why I say I feel like branding. Come on.
Could work. All right, time to go through these again. Okay, yeah, now I got to decide between. Man, that nose on one is fantastic.
Let me
What
get
other?
some water because I want to be sure
Oh,
of
you're muted if you care.
Ford just got better for me. Second time around.
Mm-hmm. The finish on 4 is really good. Man, these are great. I still haven't told Mrs. Izzo how I bought these originally.
Yeah.
Ha.
Oh wow.
But we got our taxes done, and my accountant didn't care that I wrote off a bunch of whiskey, and so far the IRS doesn't either. So maybe I'll finally admit to her what I did.
Taxes are a construct.
I like that. We need a T-shirt that says that.
There you go. As told by Izzo.
Man, that's difficult. I'll have to leave those two tied for now. Let's see what else is going on.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. I don't think there's any way I can't have 2 and 3 in first and second place. But that's just me. Feel free to randomly talk. Otherwise, I'll fill up the silence. Don't worry.
So the first one I originally actually had as my last choice because of the I don't know, the nose and the finish wasn't it wasn't cohesive for me.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's a turn off sometimes when they're too different.
That's why I put it as last. But now that I taste it again, and I could be again, I'm trying to drink water so that my decisions aren't muddied, but I don't know. It's not that bad now. But it could be the 4 other ones that are persuading me otherwise. I don't know.
I'm so stuck between 1 and 4.
For what? What place?
Third place.
Third place. Gotcha.
Ah.
Third place. Yeah.
4 got second for me.
Oh,
I
it did. Okay.
4 got third place for me.
I just got marzipan on 4
Marzipan.
on the nose only. So that's like a sweet apple batter something.
Yeah, pancake batter.
I don't sound
Pancake batter.
I don't sound coherent. Let me look up marzipan.
Ooh,
It's got almonds in it too. Marzipan does, and that's that thing that Fred Minnick talked about.
Yeah. I didn't know what it meant. I should have got the dictionary.
Marzipan is a confection consisted primarily of sugar and almond meal, so ground up almonds.
mm.
So all like sweet almond
Yeah.
is what I got on 4 suddenly, which is not what I got the first time. Yeah,
I like the 4 a lot more now.
1 and 4 is a struggle here.
I like the finish a lot more of 4 than 1.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's going to give it the edge.
Mm-hmm. Man,
Yeah.
that nose on 1 though. If the palate was doing something,
Mm-hmm.
that nose on 1 is killing it.
It's so crazy how like the decisions change after going through
Yep.
it again.
Oh, yeah.
And after how much we drank, they're all number
I'm
1.
sure drunk, I'm not God.
They're all number 1.
Why is this room spinning?
It's not my fault you're blurry.
Is that the
Stop
camera
moving.
or the alcohol? Camera 1, camera 2. It's so weird. It's not marzipan anymore. It went back to I don't remember what I said for 4. I should have been writing down notes, like I said. I think, let me look at my notes. You guys are going to like this. On my notes, I wrote spot blind and I wrote down the first one and then
Oh,
forgot to write
wow.
anything else.
That's so funny.
I need to, I don't think I can do this electronically. I think I need to like print out stuff from now on and
Yeah,
have it
pen and
next to me
paper.
and a pencil.
Pen and paper. All right.
It's like VW did for us that one night. Had little pages printed out.
Mm.
Man, stupid 1 and 4. I think 4 might be in 3rd place for me.
Izzo, don't tell me we always have very close orders.
Yeah, the last
I
one.
know we're oddly twinning all the time.
Yeah. I think I settled on my order.
Me too.
Yeah, I think I'm in.
Yeah, same.
Locking it in.
Nothing changed.
Locking it in.
Is that your final answer? All right. How should we do this? Do you want just my order and then we'll talk about your order? Do you want what do we want to do?
Yeah.
This is Izzo's place.
It
Right.
is Izzo's place. Okay, for me, 5th place, very good, but just in 5th place is number 5. 4th place, wonderful nose, palate not so good, number 1. 4 edging out past 1 for 3rd place. Number 3 in 2nd place. Hopefully I won't regret it. Number 2 in 1st place for me. So now you can finally reveal the secret order to Izzo.
Hey.
All right. You ready? So
Yes, please.
number 5 was A.
Okay, that's the green spot.
Okay. That lines up. You said number 4 was number 1, right?
Number 4 was number 4. No, number 1 was number 4 for me.
Number 1 was number 4. That
So
was
number-
D.
Yeah.
Number 4 was D. So green, blue. Hold on, I apologize. Let me go get the bottle.
I was gonna say.
Wait, wasn't number 4 E?
Which one?
Wasn't number 4 E?
Correct.
He had number, like I'm going
Oh, he had it different.
worst to best.
I was gonna say, do you want to go worst to best, or do you just want to go what was what? I
Okay,
should
we can
say?
go across. Yeah,
A
I was
through
just following
E.
his.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
He was doing number 5.
Because like A
as
is
the
green
worst.
spot,
Right.
Okay.
All right, so let's go 1 through 5. What we tasted.
what the letters are.
So the first one we tasted was D.
Okay, so number 1 was D.
Yep.
That's the yellow spot.
Okay.
Huh, look at you. You got it right. As predicted.
Second one was C.
C is the gold.
Hey,
Oh,
you thought it was
come on,
blue.
everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
Number 3 was B.
That's
As
the
in
blue.
Blue.
Huh.
Okay.
That one was blue.
Yep.
Number 4 was E,
That's the red.
Okay.
and then number 5 was A.
Oh,
That was the green spot.
interesting. So for me, the red was the, what do you call it? Red was the sneaky one because I hadn't revisited it, so I didn't know how I felt about the red. I am definitely surprised that the gold won based
too.
on my previous tastings.
So which one was 2 and 3 for you?
You mean first place, second place?
Yeah, second place and third place.
Oh,
So
second
y'all
place
had-
was blue, was 3, and third place was red, the 4.
Okay,
So-
mine was the opposite. So gold,
Okay.
then red, then blue.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Jane Doe, what was your order? What was your top 3?
Okay, so top 3 was the gold, the what is this? Blue
Mm-hmm.
and the red.
Okay, so you lined up with me this time.
Okay.
Cool. Oak, what was your order?
The exact same order.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Like all the way, all 5?
I was with you, all 5.
Oh, that's hilarious. And not totally surprising.
Yeah.
Just the way that we've been drinking.
Yeah,
whiskey.
that's the way I've been going.
Yeah.
Wait, which one was E again? Which
one
bottle
was
was E?
So
E was
red.
E was red.
Red. Okay.
This was super fun. I can't believe gold won.
That's awesome.
That's surprising. I thought blue coming into this. I thought blue was going to be hands down. I thought I would recognize blue right off the bat.
Okay. Oh man, those are so stinking delicious and similar.
Very, very good.
This was fun. So, not worrying about price. Would you get all of these? Are there certain ones you wouldn't bother buying? I'm just curious.
Let
So
me
how
see
much was the
bottle for
gold?
C.
Gold's 120, but it was an anniversary, so you're not going to find it for less than 300 if
okay.
there's any left,
Okay.
unfortunately. And that's the only one I haven't. So, all right. So I have a backup of everything except the gold. And I've been trying to find a gold at a reasonable price, and it hasn't worked. So if you need a pour of these sometime, it'll be at the Speakeasy.
Gotcha.
The red, however, I might have to charge you a cover charge for the red. That's $200. Ay, ay, ay. But what, Jane, was your order different? What was your order again, please?
No, we have the same.
You had completely the same. Okay.
I loved C. I loved B next, and then E,
Mm-hmm.
and then after. Honestly, the worst one was A for me,
Sure.
which was the green dot, and then the second to last was D, which was the first one that we tried.
Yep.
So I
That's
think
so
everybody agreed on D and A.
Mm-hmm.
You guys were,
Yeah,
Jane,
on the top 3.
Izzo, and Oak were on the top 3.
Mm-hmm.
I was the only
No,
oddball.
you still had the top 3
You-
in the top 3, just in a different order.
Yeah.
You flipped the red and the blue, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, so Green Spot Irish Whiskey is so it's a single pot still. It incorporates malted and unmalted barley. That's interesting to produce a complex and spicy flavor. This is the one that has the least amount of alcohol in it. It's 80 proof,
That's
and
why.
it's only $75.
That's why I like it. It's cheap and low.
That's right.
Well, that's the green. That's the green.
Oh, just kidding. Oh, I hate that one. Never mind.
All right, then the yellow spot, that's $140. So this is 92 proof. So we're bumping up the proof a bit. That's up near where like Buffalo Trace and Eagle Rare are at. So yellow spot contains whiskey matured for a full 12-year period in 3 oak cask types: American bourbon, Spanish sherry butts, and Spanish Malaga casks, whatever Malaga is. I believe it's some sort of like fortified wine, if I remember correctly. So that's the yellow. So that was basically everyone's third place. Then let's see. Then we had the red spot. So red is the oldest one, actually. So it's matured for 15 years in a combination of American bourbon, sherry, Spanish sherry, and Sicilian Marsala wine casks. So they're doing some fun stuff over there at Spot. But it's funny, like most of them seem to be finished in bourbon casks. So no wonder we're getting all these bourbon notes. And this is a stupid one that's $205. And it, you know what, at that price, it knocks it out for me. I've got one backup, and that's the last backup I'll do. Unless I see a discount somewhere. Let's see. So next for me was the blue, $145. At $145, that's worth it to me. That stupid thing tastes so good. I don't know. Yeah, like I said, I would be willing to buy up to 2 backups because it's so good, just to make sure I have some. Wow, it doesn't give me any information on the website for some reason. The only thing I know is it's 118 proof. So that might have been the proofiest of them. So let me check the gold spot. So our winner, the gold spot's only 104 proof.
Wow.
And it's close to that 107 that me and Oak love. So single pot still Irish whiskey matured for at least 9 years. So it's only 9 years old. In a unique proportion of bourbon barrels, sherry butts, Bordeaux wine casks, and port pipes, whatever that is. Non-chill filtered and bottled at 102.8 proof. Bottled at 102, then what? Oh, yeah, but it's saying 104 for some reason. Anyway, whatever. This is a whiskey that's complex and full flavored. And like I said, that was like their anniversary. That was like their 35th anniversary or something like that. Although it seems like that distillery should be older than that. But very cool. So I accidentally purchased these. I know I've told you guys the story, but I may as well just confess to the internet. So I accidentally purchased these because I was watching a charity auction and no one was starting the bidding on these 5 spots. And the opening bid was $800, which is a little bit over retail, but I've looked online and usually you can't buy the 5 of them without spending $1,100 online at least. But no one was bidding on it. So I opened the bidding at $800 because I figured someone would say $801 and beat me out. And then no one did.
Wow.
That's funny.
And then for some reason I got obsessive and decided that I wasn't going to open them until I had a backup. But the gold spot is too hard to find, so I didn't bother doing a gold spot. So Izzo has collecting problems. I'll probably eventually see a psychiatrist about it.
There's a fine line between collector and hoarder. You haven't crossed that threshold just yet. At least it's all organized.
Definitely not a hoarder. Well, and because I love to drink it with friends, I feel like that differentiates me from a hoarder as well.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Free with the sharing.
Yes.
Cool.
This was a situation.
This was awesome. So I'm going to end the stream, but we can stay on for a bit and chit chat. But since would anyone like to say my catchphrase for me, or do you want me to just do it?
Be whimsy and drink responsibly.
What was that? I missed it.
I feel like that was backwards. Hold on.
Whatever you do it with a little whimsy and drink responsibly. Am I right? Is that off?
Yeah, it's pretty darn close. I like it. Oak, do you want to do your version?
Nah, I'm gonna butcher.
No, okay.
He embarrassed himself enough for both of us.
No, it's all good. All right, I'll do my little thing, and then we'll end the stream, but we can stay on for a little bit. All right. So if you're working, work safely. If you're drinking whiskey, drink responsibly, but do everything with a little bit of whimsy, and you're going to have a good time. I'll see you next time you're hanging out at Izzo's place.